This video is going to be a continuation of my traditional information series. This is going to be on blade shapes. So this knife here has what is considered a drop point blade. This blade, it has a more supported tip, a stronger tip. It's not necessarily as good at piercing as a clip point, but it does offer more support out at that tip for cutting, slicing, and light prying, those types of things. And yes, I know it's a knife you shouldn't pry, but that's what the blade shape is for. This is a Wharncliffe blade, and the best that I can gather from reading and doing some research, the Wharncliffe blade shape was designed to be used on ships, and it was designed so that this, and I'm assuming it's this portion here, would allow for a smooth surface, so you wouldn't puncture a sail or anything like that if you were using the knife around the sails as you were cruising around the seas. This knife has a multitude of blades that I'm going to show off. The first of which is the clip point, which you can see here. This portion of the blade here has been clipped or cut off, and it has a very fine point, comes to a very sharp point, and this blade is for piercing and stabbing. This blade does well at that. The next blade is the sheep's foot blade, and from what I gather about the sheep's foot blade, this blade was originally designed to clean and trim sheep's feet, hence the name sheep's foot. The final blade on this knife is the spey blade, S-P-E-Y, and you can see here at the tip there is a flat spot, an unsharpened flat spot here where the blade has been cut. This particular blade shape is for skinning and furring animals. And finally, and this is not, I'll tell you guys up front, this is not a 100% accurate representation, but this is the best one I had. This is going to be my representation for what is considered a spear point blade. Now, a true spear point blade would have the midline directly down the center of the blade. This one is a little bit higher, and the way the blade is cut, the tip is a little bit lower. It's a little bit down towards the cutting edge as opposed to up towards the tip. So a spear point would be exactly perpendicular on the top and the bottom. This part wouldn't be sharp on either, but this would be what's considered a spear point blade. Again, it's a blade shape that's good for piercing and is also good for if you're going to stab down into a surface and maybe make a hole or something of that nature. So those are some of the majority of the blade shapes that we see today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to catch you in the next one. Remember, a lazy man carries a dull knife.